Do you know there's a way that you can get up to $500,000 using your personal credit in 3 days? Because when you go to the bank, they'll go like,
Here's $100,000, and this is the best that we can do for you.
but deep inside, you know that you need a lot more than that, right? Imagine if within a few days from today, you open your bank app and you get an extra 50,000 or 100,000 or 400,000 or $500,000. And this is cash that you can use for your purposes. You can even go to Vegas and gamble it if you want, but I do not recommend that. That is money that you can use for your business, for a new project, a startup, or for your real estate. Like we get a lot of clients who use it for gap money, meaning for down payment and closing costs on their mortgage. We're talking about using your personal credit to its maximum limit through a method called credit stacking. If you want to learn how to do that, then this video is for you. But before, if you appreciate that knowledge, if you think we can help you or other entrepreneurs, please subscribe to our channel. This goes a long way with the algorithm and to get the message out. Thank you. From 1 to 5x, the core idea. When it comes to personal loans, banks or private lenders usually will cap you at $100,000 max. So depending on your credit profile, maybe you'll get 10,000 or 50,000 or maximum of 100,000, right? For us at Zoryn, that initial approval basically of either 10 or $100,000 is a good sign. So per this, because of this, we know we can give you 5 times more. Meaning that if one lender can approve you for $100,000, we know we can give you 500,000. The same way for 10,000, we know we'll get you 50,000. This is called the 5x strategy. You get personal loan 1 at $100,000, then a second one, a third one, a fourth, fifth, and then at the end, combining them, you'll get $500,000. That's it. The terms. About the terms, usually those personal loans, you have 3, 5, 7 years to pay them off. And the average interest rate is around 12.5, usually between 9.5 to 17.5%, but on average is around 12.5. Sometimes it goes a lot higher. All depends on your credit profile. The beautiful thing is that you have up to 7 years to pay them, and those are monthly payments. But wait, there's more. I call it the icing on the cake. Here's the thing. On top of the personal loans, we also give you business credit cards. Why it's important is because you can get 0% interest rate between 6 to 24 months. Let me repeat that. 0% interest rate between 6 to 24 months. However, the credit cards represent a small part of your total funding mix. Usually it represents only 25% of your mix. I covered that already in a different video. However, it's very important, meaning that, as an example, one of our clients, he's been doing that for a very long time. By today, he has around $730,000 of business credit cards that he uses as a line of credit to finance his real estate. And he finances it all day long using that. Having $730,000 of credit available anytime is a huge thing. So manage it well, but we will not cover that today. Let's move on. Who is this for and not for? First of all, to access this kind of funding, you need to have a very good credit. Our minimum is 680. Ideally, you should have 700 or more. And the people can, let's say, access 500,000 or the 800 people credit. So the better your credit, the better, basically, the most you'll get. Second, you need to be using less than 40% of your total credit, meaning that you cannot be maxed out. If you have a $100 credit card, as an example, you need to be using $40 or less of that. Ideally, it's $30 or less. So we require that you have 40% or less. And finally, based on your DTI, your debt to income ratio, we will need to see some type of income, either W-2 or 1099 if you're self-employed, you have a business, etc., or a mix of them. We have all sorts of clients. It really works well with W-2s, but we will let you know based on your profile how much income that you need to be showing for us to fund you. The cost. We never charge you anything unless and if you get funded. Meaning that if you do not get funded, we work for free. Once you get funded and after you get funded, we will bill you an origination fee. And you can use the same funds that we just gave you basically to pay us. The market price for this type of funding is between 10 to 20%, meaning 10 to 20% of what you got funded. Us, we are smack down in the middle at 15%. And the way to look at it, if you have a 5 years to pay a loan, it's basically costs you around 3% per year over that period of time. And it's worth every penny of it. I do not recommend going to those lower tier guys because this needs to be done well and fast actually. So you pay for what you get. When to work with us? Let me be crystal clear. If you're happy with what one lender gives you, you should take it and not hire us because it will be a lot cheaper for you. You hire us only when you need to max out. If you need 5x more, then we are for you. And do not use this money to pay bills, etc. This money is really meant for a purpose, a project, business, or real estate. Do not use this if you need to pay bills. So basically, you hire us only when you need your personal credit on steroids. If you want to know how much you qualify for, I put a 2-minute application link down for you and we'll get back to you shortly after. And if you like this video, you will love that one.